established in 1971 as a place for us to preserve some of that natural wildlife that lives here in Africa. Over the years, though, animals have gotten far more used to humans, which is great for us. I mean, sometimes those animals even come right up next to the truck. Unfortunately, though, that does make them really easy targets for poachers, so we do have wardens that patrol the reserve from up above by airplane. And as we're heading in here, I am going to get in contact with those wardens. But before we get too far, I do just want to make sure that you guys do remain seated for me at all times throughout this 2-week adventure. Small children are invited to sit in laps, absolutely, but they must remain seated in that lap. Don't kind of hold them up over your head or anything. They have to stay seated. Also, if you look up above your heads, you'll see some animal spotting guides. They'll show a picture of a lot of the animals we commonly see while we're out there. And let's go ahead and head on in. Airborne Patrol from Simba 1. Please come in. Over.
Simba 1, this is Warden Wilson Mutua. Over.
Java there, Wilson. It's your buddy David down here. Listen, we just entered into Little Aturi Forest.
Hamjambo, Simba 1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Oh, Wilson, I can see a couple already. Over. See, like just up to the left here, right up at the top of the hill, there's a large white stork laying down. It has a very yellow bill. There's a couple more right after these clumps of trees here on the left.
That's what you need, huh?
This is actually called a yellow-billed stork. They eat things like fish and frogs and snakes. They'll also eat other small birds. Now, we are actually coming up towards a watering hole over here on the left. Watering holes like these are a great way for us to see shy and rare animals, because even the shyest of animals do need to come out and get a drink of water from time to time. Now, oh my goodness, there's some black rhino just out there to the left. Looks like there's some on both sides of this fallen down tree out here. Now, really tough to see on this one that's laying down there how big they are. Black rhino are normally solitary, but they do gather in small groups by watering holes. White rhino actually can weigh up to around 3,000 pounds. They have skin that's about an inch thick, and they can charge at speeds around 35 miles an hour. So they should be indestructible. You can see this black rhino laying down just over here to the left.
You see him there? Yes.
Now, black rhinos would be indestructible if it wasn't for poaching, but unfortunately, because of humans, there's now less than 4,200 black rhino left in all of Africa, which is really sad. Now, lots of animals do come to live here in the forest because the forest provides them with so much. These trees and bushes here actually provide them with plenty of shelter from bad weather, as well as shade and camouflage, and even plenty of food to eat. Just out to the right here, you can see a couple of beautiful tan antelope. These are called greater kudu. Greater kudu are the second largest antelope in Africa. Males will weigh around 750 pounds. These two right here that we just passed without horns are actually females. You can see the male right there with those horns. Now that's still a young male. As he gets older, he's going to get about 3 to 4 feet of horns up above his head there. Alright, with any luck, things might be able to become a little bit easier to see as we head up towards the Sapi River. The reason I say that is because the Sapi River is home to some incredible animals like Nile hippopotamus. Now, when hippopotamus are born, they already weigh around 85 pounds. Them big males can weigh over 5,000 pounds. That's right. Now, chances are if we see hippopotamus, we are going to see them in the water because hippopotamus spend the majority of their day in the water. Helps to keep the large bodies that they have from overheating. They do come out from time to time, but it's mostly at night, and it is mostly just to eat that 150 pounds of vegetation that they eat every day. That's right, hippopotamus are herbivores. They eat leaves, grass, and even fruits if they're close enough to the ground. There's a hippo just out here to the right. There's actually another one just out to the right too, but it's completely underwater there.
There they are.
Now, if you look up in here on this island to the left, right up in that nest, you can see that there's a blackbird up there. Now, it's actually got a white stomach, and it's called a white-breasted cormorant. They will dive into the water to catch their fish, but they don't have wheels on their feathers like other birds. So when they come out of the water, they have to hold their wings open to dry them off in the sun. Just out to the left, these large white birds are called pinkback pelican, and they will work in groups to herd fish in the shallow waters, making it easier for the entire colony to feed. Look at that, those are Nile hippopotamus down there in the water. They have their ears, their eyes, and their nostrils all right up on the top of their head. That way then they can be completely aware of their surroundings without having to come out of the water at all. Also, Nile hippopotamus spend a lot of time in the water, but they cannot swim. What they do instead actually is sink down to the bottom and then tiptoe along the riverbed. So lucky for them, they can hold their breath for about 5 to 8 minutes. Our new guys are doing a great job of staying sat down. Make sure you keep that up for me because we're coming up towards a rickety old bridge. And these bridges, you can never tell exactly how old and rickety and bumpy they're going to be. Especially, oh my goodness. There's a Nile crocodile down there. Nile crocodile are much larger, much more aggressive than any American alligator. They get to be around 18 to 20 feet long. If you happen to see any of these crocodiles with their mouths open, it's not because they're hot, or not because they're hungry, it's because they're cold-blooded. They open up their mouths in order to force out a little bit of extra body heat. Also, you don't want to get too close. Nile crocodile have enough power in those mouths. I do need you to stay seated while we're out here. That's perfect. Too. Now we are going to head up just around the corner. I know a great view.
Simba 1, come in.
I read you loud and clear, Wilson. What's going on, buddy?
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patron has seen a lot of elephant activity in the red clay pit. You definitely want to check out that area.
Right, that well, so we can check that area out just a little bit. We're not too far away. Alright, you need everybody to make sure they have a seat for me, either in a lap or on a seat. Even if they are young children, can't have anybody standing up. Just out here to the right, you can see this large tree. This is a baobab tree. Baobab trees store a lot of water up in those large trunks of theirs, so they only get leaves on those branches 3 months during the year. So those branches will oftentimes look like roots, and people will call that the upside-down tree. Alright, here we go. This is my favorite view of the entire reserve branch. I like it too, because this is the savannah. It's part of the Serengeti grassland system, which stretches for hundreds of miles toward Africa. Animals like wildebeest and zebra will migrate through here. Other animals like lion and giraffe have made this their home and live here year-round. It's all part of that wild Africa. We are trying so hard to preserve out there. I see some giraffe way off in the distance out there.
Oh, there's a giraffe over there.
But let's go ahead and just keep an eye out here. Now, even if you are an itty-bitty little child, I do need you to make sure you have a seat out here in the lap. Perfect, thank you. Just out here to the right, you can see those large tan antelope out there laying down. Those are called Patterson's eland. Patterson's eland are the largest antelope in Africa because males will actually stand around 6 feet tall at their shoulder, weigh up to around 2,000 pounds. Small brown animals out there with that little black stripe on their side, those are called Thompson's gazelle. And that's actually a fully grown adult. Fully grown adult Tommies only weigh around 60 pounds. Oh, coming up just ahead, I see my favorite animal to see out here. There are some dark brown antelope laying down out here with some big curvy horns. These are called sable antelope. Now, when sable antelope are born, they're actually a really light brown color. And then the darker they get, the more prominent they become in their herd. Also out to the left here, those large gray animals are called white-bearded wildebeest. White-bearded wildebeest will migrate through here in a herd of about 1.5 million. And if white-bearded wildebeest is too much of a tongue twister, you can call those the new after the grunting sound they make. Now these large tan antelope to the right, I said, are Patterson's eland. They are the largest antelope in Africa, with males standing around 6 feet tall at their shoulder, weighing up to around 2,000 pounds. You can see some more Tommies laying down to the right. Technically Thompson's gazelle, but everybody calls those Tommies. Like I said, fully grown adults only weigh around 60 pounds. They are very fast though. Tommies can zigzag across the savannah at between 50 and 60 miles an hour. Also, their best form of defense are those large eyes right up on the top of their head, which allow them to be able to see predators as they scan the savannah for keeping safe. Now these large mounds of dirt that we've been passing by, those are called termite mounds. They're actually made out of termite saliva, but they are as hard as concrete. Elephants will use large ones like scratching posts after they've been worn down though. Smaller animals like those Tommies there can stand on top of them.
Give me your camera,
I'll do some other predator that
videos
might be hiding in these tall grasses. Now it does take all the animals from the savannah to give it this incredible look that it has. There's another There's a water buck out here to the right, just laying down right there. This large, shaggy brown animal there, laying down in those tall grasses. Water buck never travel too far away from water because they need to constantly drink water to survive. Also, the coats that they have are thought to be waterproof, so that way they can dive into the water to escape from predators. Now it takes all the animals from the savannah to give it this incredibly unique look that it has. Elephant are kind of like bulldozers. They knock over tall trees, which will allow for more grass to spread. Giraffe, on the other hand, are kind of like pruning shears. They eat the undersides right out of these trees, which allows for more sunlight to get in. Antelope and zebra will mow down the tall grasses, just leaving little nibblers like gazelle and warthog to trim up around the edges. So in a well-balanced natural system like this, there's plenty of food for everyone. As you can see, there are plenty of everyone's out here. These dark brown animals with these huge horns just up to the right here are called Ankole cattle. Ankole cattle horns get to be around 5 to 6 feet long each, and about 30 inches in circumference down around the base. We can also call those the Watusi cattle, after the Watusi tribe, which was the first tribe to domesticate those large animals. Baby giraffe out there to the right. Now when they're born, giraffe like these already stand around 6 feet tall. Then they grow to be around 18 to 20 feet tall. That makes them the tallest animal in the entire world. Now there are many different types of giraffe. These right here happen to be reticulated giraffe, after the Latin word reticulata, which means nets. And the spots on their skin do have a very net-like pattern. You can see that tall giraffe out there, and these Ankole cattle out here to the right. Now it's not a surprise to see that these adult giraffe are actually eating right now. These giraffe do spend between 16 and 20 hours of their day just eating.
Did you see the giraffe?
Just eating.
Alright, we're out by elephant country, so let's take a look at the
Zimmerman, this is Wilson. What is your location? Over.
so we're by elephant country at Monkey Point.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid torches may be in the reserve.
Well, Wilson, this is terrible news. Let's keep a sharp eye out for anything suspicious whatsoever. Over. Hey, just out to the right, there's a very young elephant right there running by.
Quickly, elephant there.
There's an elephant. See the elephant?
Did it stop running already? No. There we go.
Hi, elephant.
Well, just out to the left, these rocks get called Monkey Point because mandrill have made their home here. You can actually see a mandrill right in the bushes there to the left. Largest monkey in Africa, males can weigh up to about 100 pounds. The most colorful monkey in the entire world because they have brightly colored markings, as you can see on their faces, as well as on their behinds, too.
Better sit, you're going to get yelled at.
You can see that baby elephant there's digging a hole. Alright, well, sometimes if we're really lucky,
Where did the elephant go?
Oh, this is a great song right here.
Oh, there,
Oh my goodness, look at this rickety old bridge here. Hold on, I'm turning off this music. Now, wow. This bridge looks even worse than that first one we went across. Maybe you guys could give me a hand here and cross your fingers for me, because I think we're going to need all the luck that we can get. I don't like the way this sounds at all. Actually, I feel a lot better about things now that I'm off the bridge. Alright, well you guys are off the bridge too, so let's keep on keeping on. We are almost by those red clay pits, and that's right for Wilson's Patrol to send us over here, because elephants will actually eat this clay in order to get extra minerals and proteins they don't get when they eat leaves and grass all day. Now you can see that there are tusk marks here, there's footprints too. Probably means there's some elephants close by, other than those ones we just passed. Look like there's one just out there to the left. Maybe two out there to the left. Now, elephants live in what's called a matriarchal society. And what that means is that it's the female elephants that lead the herd, whereas males kind of just come and go during mating season. Now ladies, before you think that's a great idea, keep in mind mother elephants are pregnant for 22 months. And that's before they deliver a 200 to 300 pound baby elephant. That's right. Elephant young will stay with their mothers for the first 13 to 15 years of their lives. During that time, they're going to learn what food to eat, where to find water, and even how to get along with other elephants. Now here in Africa, it's both male and female elephants that grow those ivory tusks, which unfortunately that is what poachers go after. But elephants do know how to communicate with each other. They actually use sounds that humans can't often hear, which is why researchers have been working with elephants to find out how they communicate. Because the more we know about these beautiful creatures, the better we can help to protect them. Now I know sometimes elephants look a little bit dirty, but that's because they have very sensitive skin. So elephants throw things up on their back like mud, dirt, and even clumps of grass. So their version of sunscreen is called dust bathing. Oh my goodness, you have no idea how lucky we are to see this elephant completely submerged in the water right here. Look at that.
Look, see the elephant? He's in the water. See him in the water?
That's actually really awesome. Elephants do eat around 300 pounds of food every day because, well, female elephants can weigh 6,000 to 8,000 pounds, and males can get to weigh up to 6 tons, which is 12,000 pounds. I know it's really exciting. Perfect. All right. I'm sure you guys are going to recognize the birds out here on this next island here. That's right. This is an island full of greater flamingo. Greater flamingo are the largest flamingo out of any flamingo species. They're also the lightest shade coloring pink out of any flamingo. They get their light pink coloring from their diet, which consists mostly of brine shrimp. Alright, let's keep on keeping on and see what else we can find out here. Now the goals of reserves like this are actually to help protect animals. And just out here to the left, there's actually an animal that really needs help protecting. This small desert antelope over here to the left is called an addax. They only stand around 3 feet tall at their shoulder and weigh up to 250 pounds. And those big spirally horns. What's really neat about addax is they can go almost indefinitely without having to stop and get a drink of water. Unfortunately, because of these horns and these coats, they were hunted nearly to extinction. And even today, there are still less than 500 of them left in the wild.
I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
Roger that, Wilson. We can head west. That shouldn't be a problem at all. Thanks for that heads up. Over. Wilson is up in that plane. He can see a lot better than we can, so taking his tips is... Sorry, thought I saw something moving around. Taking his tips is usually a pretty good idea. No, I definitely see something moving around. Right out here behind these... right up behind these trees, right up on the brush line there. There's some cheetah laying down right there.
Oh yeah, see the cheetahs?
Now cheetah can run between 60 and 70 miles an hour. Makes them the fastest land mammal in the entire world.
See the cheetahs?
Now, unlike other big cats though, cheetah will do their hunting during the day because they rely on their sense of eyesight to do their hunting, opposed to their sense of smell.
Yep.
Oh, this is probably why Wilson wanted us to head west. The copies are right out here. Now the copies are these large structures of rocks that form out here in the middle of the savanna. Water collects up there at night and also offers a great view over this entire area. So oftentimes we do see lion laying down up here. Now you're going to have to look very carefully. I can see one from here, but you're going to have to look very carefully. Right where these rocks come down and make a big V, right with this other rounded rock, there's a lion laying down right in that crack there, right behind that little tuft of grass that's laying down there.
Oh yeah,
you can see that lion's big face right there. That is a male lion. You turn around and look back there. You can tell it's a male because males grow those amazing manes, and females do not. Now, unlike other big cats, lions will actually do their hunting in a small group, which is called a pride. And it will actually be the females, the lovely lioness, that does the majority of the hunting. They'll do their hunting at night because, well, lions can see about 6 times better at night than humans can. All these dark brown antelope out to the right are called bantabak. Now they have a purplish hue about their coat. Because of that purplish hue, they were hunted nearly to extinction. Even today, they're still rarely seen outside of reserves like this. Their numbers are so few. And it's lucky for us to be able to get a glimpse of those. Now, it is hard to see a lion from time to time because they spend around 16 to 20 hours of their day inactive, just resting like that. I see some holes in the ground down here. These are warthog burrows. Warthogs are the largest burrowing mammals in Africa. They dig these burrows out with their tough snouts and then back in, leaving their razor-sharp tusks exposed, hoping everybody will leave them alone. You can see a warthog laying down just out there by those bushes to the left. I know warthogs look kind of small, but they are very fast. They can actually run at speeds up to 35 miles an hour. Really fast. There you go, you can see those bantabak again. Alright, let's keep our eyes open. Anything else through here?